So if you've ever listened to the blues or any blues, then you definitely would have heard this chord progression. We're going to learn the very basic structure of it today, and I'm going to give you a couple of little things to think about if you're a bit more advanced and you want to go away and really dig into it. Otherwise, if you want to learn more and get more into things like how to make the chords super bluesy, how to improvise on that and expand your blues capability, then there's that coaching session at the end of the month. Okay, even though this is a super simple structure, it's integral that you have a play around with it and feel really, really comfortable with it before you move on. So even if you've tried this out before, I want you to just suspend the disbelief and have a go at practicing a bunch at home in the coming weeks, especially those of you who are of course going to attend the Blues Master coaching at the end of this month. Recommend that you get really comfortable with moving around this chord progression both in the left and the right hand, and also just having a steady rhythm is going to help you as well. So let's go through our chord structure. These weird letters, they're Roman numerals. We use them to talk about chords in a way that means that we can memorize the relationship between the chords and how far apart they are and what type of chords they are without having to distinguish a certain key. So by learning the 12-bar blues in these Roman numerals, we can be able to move this around different keys. We've basically got is 3 different types of chords, just 3 different types of chords, right? You'll see there's what looks like an I, what looks like a I and a V, and what looks like a V. So in Roman numbers, that's 1, 4, and 5. So that's the 3 chords that we need to talk about. Let's bring that back to, let's just talk about the C major key, is all the white notes. Okay, we've got all the white notes here. If we're in the key of C major, that means that 1 is C. So we can build up our 1 chord just using the C major chord. So that's the root note, skip a note, next note, skip a note, next note in the scale, okay? Now we're going to take this pattern of having 2 free notes in the middle and freeze our hand, move our pinky, our whole hand, but we're going to measure it with our pinky. We're going to move our whole hand up to 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the 4 chord in C major, which is our F major chord, okay? So far we've got 1, 4. And we know that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the root note is what we're counting. So then 5 is going to be just the next one up from there. So we've got 1, 4, 5. Now our bass is probably just going to be playing the root notes, maybe an octave. 1, 4, and 5. The right hand is going to be playing the full chord. So we've got 1, and then 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So we've got 1, 4, and 5. Those are our chords in C major. That's all we need to know. There's no black keys, nothing crazy. So we've got our 3 chords. The reason we've got this sort of grid situation going is the 12-bar blues has 12 bars in it. So we need to divide up those 12 bars into which chord goes into which bar, right? So the each row is 4 bars. The first 4 bars is just going to be that 1 chord, which is sitting on it for ages on the C major. So you can choose to hold it for 4 counts for your whole measure of 4/4. So 4 bars of 4/4, just in case that was a bit confusing. So we're counting 4 beats to a bar, but there's 4 bars in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we go to the 4 chord. So that's up to or down to, whichever you prefer, up to F. 2, 3 for 2 bars. 2, 3. Then back down to the 1. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we had 4 bars of the 1 chord, 2 bars of the 4 chord, and then 2 bars of the 1 chord again. So it's very nice and easy. We're introducing one new chord and then going back to the one that we already know. Then we introduce another new chord for that 3rd row. We're going to go up for, this is the 9th measure, going up to or down to the 5, which is G, 2, 3 for 1 bar, 1 bar, and then down to the 4 for 1 bar, and then down to the or up to the 1 and to the 5 again. So that last measure is, so we're getting a faster and faster pace in terms of how we're changing. So the first, and if you notice, if you want to sort of be a math geek about it, we're halving the amount of time we spend on each chord each time. So we go from 4 bars to 2 bars to 1 bar per chord, right? Let's have a little playthrough together. I'll count us in. And a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Starting on C. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. To the F. 2, 3 for 2 bars. Back to the 1. And up to the 5. Down to the 4. Then to the 1, and back to the 5. Okay? Awesome. What a rockin' drum beat that was. Hope you guys are playing along at home. So we've got our 1-4-5. Obviously, that's not a very bluesy rhythm. It's very basic, but hey, we're just getting the structure down, right? And we're just trying to get comfortable with those chords. Things like the rhythm and getting a left hand rhythm, which we're going to cover as well in the end of the month coaching. But this is a left hand drill that you can use if you want to. Transpose this using the 1-1-1-1-4-4-1-1-5-4-1-5 idea into a different key. 1 is G, 2, 3, 4 is C, and 5 is D major. Okay, let's give it a go. And a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we're going to the 2nd row, to the 4. 5, 6, 7. I'm counting the bars. 8, 2, 3, 4. Up to the D. 10, 2, 3, 4, 11, 2, 3. Then our dominant 7. Pretty cool. So did you manage to get that dominant 7th in there at the end? I didn't show you what it was beforehand. So we've got our D major, which is the 5 and G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chord. And then we're putting that minor 7 on the top. How do we know it's a minor 7? Because it's a whole tone down from the root. Okay? That's always how that's how I always think of a minor 7. It's easier than going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you have joined me today and you are not a Creative Pianist member and you don't have access to the coaching we're doing at the end of this month, you're clearly interested in playing the blues by the fact that you clicked on this video. I would love to invite you to join me at that coaching at the end of the month. Look, the best deal is to just sign up to the membership, and everyone here, as they have said in the comments, will totally encourage you to do that because it's a great little club we've got going on and there's so many cool stuff, so many cool things for you to get into. You get access to the coaching for $27 a month, or if you're happy not to do that, then you can also just get this coaching on its own by going to that link that I have there, pianopicnic.com/coaching. Thank you for joining me today. And remember to play it like you mean it.